It's been an absolute crazy, wild earnings season with some insane implied volatility. And today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 5 wheel strategy stocks that I'm watching into another hectic earnings week. And if you drop a comment down below, I'm also going to give you completely for free the 33 top wheel strategy stocks, all voted by our community. It was a poll I did a few months ago. I'm going to give you that complete ebook with all of those stocks. So drop a comment down below in today's video. I'll send it to you, no strings attached. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day, guys. And as always, guys, I am not a financial advisor. Just because some of these stocks I like and I'm watching, please go do your own research and go do your own due diligence, okay? So let's talk about the first one. Let's get the first one out of the way, guys, because we are going to have another busy earnings week, okay? We've got some of my personal favorite stocks reporting. You guys know I love my dividend kings. I love my dividend aristocrats and champions. I love running the wheel strategy on those stocks because I get to double dip on my dividends. I get to collect my covered call premiums. All is well and good. And talk about some sector rotation, right? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, J&J, Procter & Gamble, these boring ones that I love to talk about that no one really cares about. They're like all shot up over their top Bollinger Bands, flying high. Definitely better for covered calls, at least in my opinion right now. But who knows what's going to happen this week? We have Coca-Cola reporting here on Tuesday. We've got Robinhood reporting on Tuesday, right? We've got a Ford, one of my absolute favorite, quote unquote, cheap wheel strategy stocks on Tuesday. We've got a lot of happening. And then of course, one of my absolute favorite, probably top 3 favorite wheel strategy stocks, not so perfect for the Ark Options Strategy, but Arista and Cisco. You guys know me with my background, working in the IT at a high frequency trading firm. This was where I started to really learn about investing heavily, and those are going to be 2 stocks. Kraft Heinz, it's going to be a busy week. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is be patient. Make sure you're paying attention to any of your options contracts that you have expiring this week, because obviously brace for volatility like we've had in the past too. So we will see. So let's get the first one out of the way, guys. I mean, this is the stock of the channel here, right? We've got SoFi. Quickly just talking about this, guys. I'm not going to harp on this one too much. Great earnings, obviously. Stock plummeted. We did see a little bit of a recovery. We hung out in that like mid-high 19s for a little bit last week, but we're right around that 300-day moving average. We're really testing that to see, hey, are we going to kind of dip below that and actually hold? But it seems like we've recovered just slightly a little bit. We had a really good close on Friday with SoFi. I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing in all of 2025 with SoFi. I'm running cash secured puts. I'm running covered calls on a weekly basis. The only caveat I have this week is, though, I have a lot of covered calls and cash secured puts expiring on the 13th. And the reason for that is I didn't want to mess with no earnings week, right? Listen, I saw a lot of people got assigned on SoFi and you're beating yourself up. But if you're long-term on a stock, are you really upset that you got assigned? Remember, if you're not running a wheel strategy if you're never getting assigned, right? They're both, they work together here, folks, okay? They work together. And as we already know, especially if you're using my calculators here, my premium calculator, as well as my cash secured put calculator and the trade log, right? These things are you need to be playing both sides. Now, of course, closing out early, expiring is usually what happens, especially kind of the Ark Options way. But getting assigned and called away adds a lot of gains to your portfolio. And of course, you can get my trade lock template, my 2 premium calculators here completely for free. Just attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. I'll leave that first. I'll be the first link in the description of today's video. And at the end, I give you all these free resources. So SoFi, I'm going to continue playing my coverage strangle on this thing. We're through the catalyst. We're through the earnings. Great earnings. Fundamentals are really, really strong. Record profits, revenue, users. To me, I absolutely love it. Next one I've talked about a good amount this week. Let's get it. Hood, really, really great day here on Friday. We saw a very nice recovery across the board, guys. Man, up 14%. Who went in this? Who got into this when this thing dropped down like a rock below its it's still below its 300-day moving average here of, let's see what that 300-day moving average of 84.78. We are still below that, still in great cash secured put territory. So for me, I'm going to be paying attention to, and if you see it on your screen on arkpicks.com, what do we got to be careful of, guys? What do we got to be careful of? Earnings, February 10th, on the 10th, earnings after close, Robinhood. Let's be careful. Do what you got to do. Understand if you're going to do a weekly on Robinhood right now, it's gonna be sketchy, right? You never know what can happen. Look at SoFi, dropped like a rock after having incredible guidance, earnings, it's wild. It's wild. So what am I waiting on? I'm gonna wait. I think they're gonna have a great earnings. We'll see if we have another big dip down. I don't know. It's hard to picture Robinhood dropping much lower below its 300-day moving average because the fundamentals are so strong. The PE ratio isn't like out of whack compared to like other stocks in the same kind of industry. So for me, I want to get some puts in. Hopefully we see a bit of a drop here on the 10th here. I would love to sell some puts and not miss out. I've been wanting to get into Robinhood a bit more and build my position, but I've really been avoiding it because it's been a high flyer and there hasn't been much opportunities where it dipped below those key moving averages for me to get into. And look how far off of 150 all-time highs around. My goodness gracious! I mean, in a nice 14% bounce here on Friday. So we'll see what happens on the 10th here. But I definitely want to get into something here. I don't know what my play is going to be fully yet, especially if they have a great earnings, great guidance, and then actually the stock goes up. But I'm not going to take that risk. You guys know I try to be as risk averse as humanly possible with my trading, especially with running the wheel strategy. I primarily like to do this on dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, but I can't ignore some great growth stocks and stocks that offer this insane premium. We don't get this kind of stuff, from some other stuff. But next one, kind of boring for me. I don't talk about this one much on the channel, but I do love T. Rowe. I am a big fan of Rowe Price, and the reason for that is, well, let's just be real. It's a great dividend, right? They have a great dividend payment. Obviously, be careful with this one. This one has been fairly volatile over the past few years of trading this thing. However, it's caught my attention because we are in a 33 RSI. We are almost in heavily oversold territory, dropping below that 30 RSI. We are below all of the key moving averages, and I've seen this story before with T. Rowe. I am very bullish on this. We are trading towards our bottom Bollinger Band, below all of the key moving averages, trading at 94 currently. The big caveat with T. Rowe, guys, and a lot of these like higher dividend paying stocks is you're not usually going to get a lot of premium getting in on the cash secured put side. That's just the way it goes. They're much better suited for covered calls, So for me, like, even if I'm getting just around a 2% of 40 DTE with $9,000 of collateral locked up, it's okay. It's just like, again, you just can't expect that you're going to get we get so jaded, I feel, as people who run the wheel strategy on like tech stocks and tech sector, we're getting like 5%. Like, you have to understand that is a high risk play. Anything over 2.5% is high risk play in my personal opinion. And you take that mentality and you go look at like Coca-Cola puts or Pepsi puts and you're trying to get like 5%. It's just not, that's not the way it works. And especially with like a T. Rowe, right? You're going out 40 DTA, you're playing fairly close to the money, about 5 points off that. And you're only getting about a 2% return on collateral. But for me, I like that kind of setup personally. Okay. So I'm watching T. Rowe as well this week. A big one though for me though, I'm just going to keep going into this one. Amazon, very rarely do we get great setups on Amazon right now. Okay. Very, very rarely. Now, we did see a little bit of a recovery. Well, it still was down 5.5%, but we were down towards 199 and after earnings. Obviously, what happened, right? Why did Amazon drop so much, right? Well, the reason for that being is that they're just spending a ton of money on AI, and people, the investors are uncertain of, is that going to pay off? I believe it will pay off, right? There's, of course, going to be a lot of waste, but overall, I think the companies that are spending a ton of money on AI, they know what they're doing, okay? So I am taking advantage of Amazon while we are continuing to dip here, and I'm just going to do my normal strategy that I do when I'm selling puts, just kind of ladder step my way down. Obviously, this is a much more expensive stock, so this does wrap up a tremendous amount of collateral, even when you're looking at the 195s, 190s, 180s really is nothing, no juice really there. And again, the premiums just typically aren't going to be that great on like an Amazon, right? They're just not. You're getting about a 2% return on collateral on the roughly 30 DTE here. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Ark Picks, do your own research on this stuff. This is just consolidates all the data that I like with my AI news summaries, what this means for option sellers, so I have an understanding of everything, because I'm not a full-time trader. I don't want to be strapped to my screen all day. So it gives me all the information I need on how to on trades that I personally want to execute. And I know you, as a viewer here on the channel, you understand that as well. But the last one I'm watching, probably the least favorite on the list, but it's also piqued my interest because we're at a 22, heavily oversold. The return on collateral is bananas for Shopify right now. Over 7%. Understand this is high risk. Understand this is a massive high risk play. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. Cannot stress this enough. These are just what we're pulling from the options chain currently. Big catalyst this week to be watching out for with Shopify. What is it? Earnings, right? I can't stress it enough. I will mention it. I mention it every single day, I think, because I see people constantly having their options contracts expire during earnings week, and then they get burned, and then they quit the wheel strategy, and they say it doesn't work, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. The reason being is you're not getting all the information you need to make an educated decision. You're jumping into things purely based on premium. The thing is, this is the order of operations, guys, not to kind of go off here, right? Number one, fundamentally, do I love this company? Do I believe in the fundamentals of this company? Do I have high conviction of this company? Am I proud to be an owner of this company? If that checks box, number one, perfect, fantastic. Let's put the finger down, right? Put up the other finger, right? Do the technicals line up? Where are the technicals right now? Or do the technicals make sense to sell a cash secured put? When I look at the technicals here, okay, currently trading at 112. What's my 50-day? 154. What's my 200-day? 137. What's my 300-day? 127. I'm below all of those, okay? Why am I below all of those? What the heck is going on with this company? Okay, well, next earnings right here. Okay, earnings, that's probably playing in. That's adding a lot of volatility, right? Okay, we scroll down, we see, okay, what are those catalysts? What's the news? I can click into my my research a little bit to see what's going on here. Okay, cool. I can consolidate all this information now into my what this means as an option seller, and then I can make an educated decision. Most people that run the wheel strategy, what are they doing? They literally just go look at, oh, I get a great return on collateral, I'm going to go execute the trade. That's how you burn yourself. That's how you end up quitting, and that's how you don't set yourself up for success. So what you want to do right now is attend the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. It's going to teach you this entire strategy, and at the end of it, I'm going to give you my 2 premium calculators as well as my full trade lock template so you can keep yourself nice and organized. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.